The SteamWorld series began back in 2010 with SteamWorld Tower Defense and has since then released a number of well-received games, including the hugely popular SteamWorld Dig.
And now they're back with SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech for another steampunk robot-rich adventure.
SteamWorld Quest is a role-playing card game that follows the journey of Amelie and her band of misfits. Amelie is a brave, aspiring hero who isn't of noble birth, but she longs to be a part of the Hero Guild. Then you've got Copernica, the brainy alchemist who's controlled and considered, and Galileo, a lumbering fellow who really just wants to stay in bed, but will always be there for his friends when they need him.
Something I really loved about this game is how each character feels distinct. Their dialogue shows off their identity and motivations, and they each feel like individuals. Their personality comes through how they talk, and the game is so well written. It's charming and lighthearted, while still touching on some big topics and concepts with positivity and a bit of nuance. There was quite a lot of reading, but it really won me over. I was way more invested in this story than I usually tend to be.
This makes me so happy. I think how you connect with the cast can really make or break a story. And they do such a good job of giving us meaty characters, like how their abilities are consistent with their personalities. Amelie is a warrior with straightforward, heavy-hitting attacks. And Galileo is a tank/healer who has a couple of strong punches up his sleeve. It makes them feel real and complete, the true meaning of roleplay.
Along the way, you'll meet new friends who'll join your crew, including my personal favorite, Auric. This mysterious hero can switch masks and gain different abilities, before giving the enemy a deft slice with his slender sword. It's always exciting finding a card with a new mask on it because it feels like it changes up Auric's gameplay completely.
Yeah, the combat is managed through a really clever card system. Each of your heroes has its own deck, which you can fill with 8 cards that represent different moves and spells. Each turn you play 3 cards, and your opponent plays 1 card per enemy. Playing a standard card will give you mana, whilst using special moves will cost mana. It's easy to get your head around how things work, which is perfect, because it leaves room to delve into some deep strategy.
Oh, and Gem, the strategy, so tasty. There's various bonuses for different card combos, which grants things like extra damage or another card to play. And choosing not just what card to play, but when to play it, sends you into a rich world of decision-making. Often in games, my playstyle has just become so powerful that I can bulldoze any obstacle that comes in my way. But SteamWorld Quest made me really want to spend time crafting my deck so it'd synergize with itself and the rest of my team.
Well, you know what they say, synergize to winergize.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, it definitely is. Battles are triggered by approaching enemies you encounter wandering the environment. You get a minor bonus damage by attacking them first, but the hitboxes feel a little off.
Handy little rad tip for that one. If you miss, you can just run back to the previous screen so you can reset and try again. I always say there is no shame in being a massive coward.
Words to live by. There's also a lot to consider with a slew of elements that exist in a scissors, paper, rock type system. From time to time, I found I needed to reassess my approach depending on the types of enemies in an area or a tricky boss fight.
Oh, mate, the difficulty spike on some of those bosses, though, is shocking. I got well wrecked.
That's why it's great, though, because it kind of forces you to try different card combinations in your deck.
You are totally right. The game makes you delight in getting involved in its systems because it's accessible without giving up any complexity. It feels pure and streamlined.
It's like every part of this game was lovingly crafted with a fine attention to detail. The art has a beautiful hand-drawn quality that feels quaint and tactile. There's hidden pickups tucked away for you to discover, and the enemy design is rich and varied.
Oh, I really loved how you could almost tell how an enemy would behave just based on its design. The first time I met these little bomb-shaped spiders, I just knew that they were building pressure till they'd explode and deal massive damage if I couldn't take them out in time. And you know what? I was absolutely right. It's so delightful when design is so good that it just makes everything flow.
Yeah, like turn-based combat isn't usually my favorite style, but here it's done really well, and the story and fantasy themes definitely pulled me in. I had an awesome time with SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech, so I'm giving it 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Gem, I completely lost myself in this game. New mechanics and plot points are drip-fed in at a good rate to keep you interested. And the strategy consistently feels exciting and fresh. I'm also giving it 5 out of 5 rubber chickens. Wait, double fives, Jam?
Double high fives, Rad?
Yeah. Double.
Oh.